G'day and welcome to Eurovision. I'm Dale.
G'day, it's Mike.
And it's the morning after the first semi-final and the results.
Yes.
It's a late night here in Italy to finish off, isn't it?
Generally, yeah. So they're heading towards around about 11:30 midnight by the time they're finishing.
And by the time we stop the bars, and we just watched it here in the Airbnb last night, it was still a very late night, so we're going to have a little coffee, Italian style. So as I pour these out, Michael, what did you think of the show overall?
Show overall very, very good. As far as production-wise go, there wasn't too many sort of stray camera shots here or there, or cameramen running out of view. Only one or two. Everything was pretty tight. The voting sequence as well went fairly quickly. So I thought all round a good kick-off for Rye.
Yeah, I thought it looked great. I thought the stage looked good. I thought the presenters did really well, and Diodato, that was amazing. You know what we were talking about now. It was absolutely fantastic. Tears all round.
Yeah, fantastic.
Again. All right, we're going to talk about the results because they were pretty crazy last night. They were one of the craziest we've seen in some time. Just a few of them really. So let's crack into the surprises now. I think we had this just qualifying, but a lot of people didn't expect it. Switzerland, first up. What do you think?
Yeah, announcing him first too, that got the blood pumping for quite a few people. Look, are we completely and utterly shocked? No, it's very much a jury song. He did a good vocal of it. He's always been a decent vocalist. I think the staging works without being amazing. So overall, yeah, probably a surprise for some people, but not so much for us.
Yeah, I think it would look to be a jury song all the way through. So obviously I think he's done quite well with the juries to get there. This is 10th in the Euro jury coming in, which is a pre-competition. So it did stand out. And hey, we've got an Australian. He has an Australian passport. He did thank Australia in the thing afterwards as well, very enthusiastically. And so Aussies can vote for him on Sunday morning in Australia. So good on him for getting through. He did mention also he's had a lot of hate for his song. So he was like, this was very special to get through.
Yeah, it never got off to a good start with Switzerland, did it?
Well, he's there and that's all that matters.
Exactly.
All right, Iceland. I think this was probably equal shock of the night.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do love it. It was never really one that resonated with me. Look, I'm probably with this whole semi-final, I'm so interested in seeing the televote and jury splits here. The thing for me with Switzerland and Iceland getting through is if you told me those two are getting through, then I'm saying, well, Portugal and Lithuania probably won't. The thing for me is all of them getting through is what's really interesting, rather than what each individual song. Because you could make an argument for any of those songs. I probably wasn't expecting Iceland in. They're there. Yeah,
some of all parts actually, and kudos to Liv from our team who did say Iceland's going to get through, and it got through. But again, lovely harmonisation, and they've just been such great advocates as well. They really spoke about that last night in the presser about their, particularly around the transgender advocacy they've been doing, which is amazing to see. So, and it's great that EBU are allowing that and not silencing anything. Lithuania, big favourite of yours. You'd kind of I definitely wrote it off last week and after first rehearsal. What about you?
I'd written it off as well. She'd had a lot to do. Everything seemed really stacked against her, to be honest. Fantastic live performance, though. When you see her coming through the TV, those big expressive eyes, she really gave that song everything. She gave it everything. So I'm glad to see her get through. I'm pretty shocked to see her get through, again, in that mix of songs. But good on her. And I love the song, so yeah.
I'm so pleased for her, and I think what really didn't come through in rehearsals, because we've got a prohibited wording over most of the screen, so you really didn't get to the connection she had with that camera was a national final performance on steroids. Like she was every facial expression, every cut to camera. There's some nice use of the double monikers and things like that. They got everything they could get out of that performance without that sun moving in probably a death slot, without some of those diaspora countries voting for them. She has done incredible to make it through. So well done, Lithuania. And in the Lithuanian language, she had so many things going against her.
She was very happy at the press conference, and so she should be as well. Yeah, so great to see.
All right, well, those are the kind of three shocks to get through. Let's talk about the two shocks that missed out. Let's start with Albania. Open the show with a bang, I thought.
Yeah, I've always been a bit lukewarm on the presentation on this one. I'm not sure if it was the staging or anything else that sort of, torpedoed this one. I pretty much had it sailing through, particularly with Albania's kind of Televote record as well. I'm really interested to see with the splits where this kind of fell down, or if it was just average on both. Who knows? But look, I was pretty surprised this one didn't get through. but even more so, pair it up with the next song as well. So it's probably just the more up-tempo songs that I went, oh, well, I expect you to sail through. It didn't.
And this is a bit like what you were saying. It's almost a sum of all parts, because it's if Albania wasn't going to get through, Latvia was. Or you would have thought, I mean, after those two opened, I was like, are we going to get the first two get through for the first time in years? And neither of them got through. So really interesting that high energy opening show, first couple of songs, just didn't pay off. I was more surprised about Latvia. I was surprised on Albania. I was really shocked on Latvia. I thought they pulled something really good together as an overall package. I'm surprised I missed out. Maybe that early opening, maybe just some other songs getting much more televote love.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm probably more shocked about Latvia, to be honest. And as I said in our preview, they kind of outshone Ranella for me.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised if, they kind of torpedoed her. But, at the same token, who would have thought those two fail and songs 3 and 4 get through? That's not something I would have picked prior to the show.
Yeah, that was almost a dead slot, and they were the kind of openers. It's almost a 2-2 situation. But, hey, I think Liv from our team, and I think we spoke about this a bit last night as well afterwards, is that potentially we may have a situation, this may not be the case at all, you've got some big you've got Ukraine. Huge amount of televote love that way. You've got your Norway and you've got Moldova. Did they suck up all that televote at that, globby end of it all, and everyone was going for scraps for everything else, split it all between themselves, and the jury kind of really helped pick the rest of the bunch after those big top televoters?
Definitely a chance. I wouldn't be surprised if those three you mentioned did take up the majority of the televote in most countries, and then you're right, all of a sudden, skew if little results here and there start to add up, and all of a sudden you've got a jumbled kind of top 10 as we would have thought. But yeah.
Maybe competed against each other, Latvia and Albania to start with as well?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Who knows? Wait until we get the results of the semi-final, then we'll know for sure, won't we?
Exactly.
All right, well, look, those are the shocks. Let's talk about some of the obvious ones. Just quickly, Ukraine, Greece, Netherlands, Norway. Never in doubt, really. The Dutch might not have felt like that with Esteen 10th called out yet again for the Dutch. They've done it like 3 or 4 times for the poor things.
Yeah, no, I agree. Those 4 were never really in doubt, particularly Norway with the televote. Ukraine is just such a moment, isn't it? The crowd reaction to them is really quite something. And Greece is quality. Greece is absolute quality. Each shot, each way she sings it, each hand movement, it's perfection.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done, Chris.
Eurovision perfection in that kind of just executed so well. And Ukraine's got a great show that really tugs on the heartstrings and the heart of it. So those two, to me, were best on ground last night, for sure. Just like they were in rehearsals, just like they were in the jury show. They just stood above. This next bunch of the ones that, we kind of expected to get through, but they had to still do it. Armenia. She had a bit of an issue with her tearaway, but she got through the hole anyway, and she got through.
Yeah, slight issue. I didn't think this was ever in doubt, to be honest. Once I saw the staging, and she sings it really, really well. I think that's the thing that impresses me the most. It's not just staging and stage show. She's a really good singer as well.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great performance overall. The crowd loved it. The moment of her, coming out at the end is fantastic. And I think it is a real moment, and no surprise whatsoever. She would have beaten quite a few home in that semi. Portugal, I must say, I thought they were in danger after a couple of those ones being read out. She's done really well to get through.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of people had this going through straight away. It is quite jury-friendly, I guess, the song. It's never really resonated with me. Hence why I probably had a little bit of a blind spot for it. And I was worried about the running order coming after the big high energy of Moldova. It does come across well through the TV screen. They managed to connect with her and the different singers. When you're in the stadium, it kind of feels like a prayer circle, really. But it doesn't matter. It's people at home voting.
Yeah, exactly. Even though I don't like a lot of the shots of the back of the head stuff, I mean, I guess you're witnessing the moment if you like that. That's it. And a lot of people do. But that opening shot of her, one of the best shots of the whole lot. Yeah. Oh, just stunning. That alone was probably the best bit of the whole thing. Moldova next. Again, what a reception. What is going on? I mean, I'm loving it, but I'm surprised about how much that's loved. Probably the second biggest reception after Ukraine.
Yeah, I'm not surprised people love the song. It's just to what degree. People are absolutely going nuts for it. Look, it's... I think is a little bit old-fashioned as far as Eurovision goes, but it works. People love that. People love that package, and they really, really are going for it.
I love this kind of stuff, so it's fair enough. All right, well, that's all the kind of qualifiers and a couple of shocks. For the rest of the NQs, anyone worth pointing out?
Not really.
Oh. Look, Austria, can I just say, I thought Pia Maria did a really good job of the vocals to the level it was.
Yeah, and she was so excited at the end. That was quite cute. She was like screaming like she won the lottery, which was kind of cool. That was nice.
And you just wanted them to do a good performance and not miss out because of something like tragic. They just missed out because they missed out.
Yeah.
I also think Denmark and Bulgaria put a really good package together, but obviously didn't get through. My Bulgaria pick is left in tatters. All my bets are left in tatters from semi-final one, so just don't listen to me. But yeah, I think overall, after those couple of other big surprises, these ones aren't shocks.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's look ahead to the jury show tonight because it's semi-final 2. And as we spoke about the other day, and we talked about Switzerland needing a good jury show, and they did, same thing applies tonight. A couple of acts, or few acts, really need to make sure they smash this jury to ensure that they get through on Saturday night. Who should we start with, Michael? Who needs a good jury show tonight?
Australia.
Yes.
No, definitely. I mean, and then of course we're going to talk about a couple of the other male vocalists coming up as well. There's only a certain amount of jury points you can get. Poland, I don't think will have a problem with Televote. Azerbaijan, who knows? Australia, who knows? So if you really need to secure that position, Sheldon probably needs to really smash it out of the park tonight.
And I think a lot of people are feeling, I was feeling a little bit after last night going, anything can kind of happen. We thought it would with semi-1, but even with this again, we just want to shore up for Australia to have a great jury show, which we know Sheldon can do. He's been smashing it all week. He's going to do it, but he just needs to. And therefore, if we could qualify on jury alone.
Nothing's a given.
No, nothing's a given. And I feel less comfortable than I did after last night's results. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. What about Azerbaijan? Because I think they're the key one here. I think they're out of those 3 male soloists, with the big vocals, he's the one that needs jury more than anyone, I think.
Unless we have a repeat of yesterday's grouping of all those sort of slower to mid-tempo songs getting through, you kind of feel one of the Azerbaijan, Australia, Poland will fall. Who knows, possibly. So if anyone, he's probably the least impactful stage-wise, but he's got an amazing voice. So yeah, he definitely needs it.
Yeah, those 3 are going to compete tonight, I think pretty heavy, and so that's why it's important. Whoever kind of drops out of the 3 might just start to struggle a little bit. Maybe, we'll see. But it'll be like the other night and they all get through. Let's talk about Malta, because I don't think we give it much chance of getting through, but anything can happen, and Malta get through on jury. Traditionally, they always do. This is a song that's not going to be a televote song. She can sing very well, so she needs to give the jury performance of her life tonight to get through.
I agree. Leading into the competition, I was saying, look, Malta is quite a jury song. I can imagine juries are going to come for this. I've seen the package, not so keen. Then again, I wasn't keen on Lithuania's package last night either. They got through. So look, if Emma can bang it out of the park with a jury, at least she's given herself half a chance, because I'm not sure the Televote will come for that performance.
Talking about another one that needs to do pretty much exactly the same thing, Belgium.
Yeah, there's nothing overly impressive about this one as far as stage show goes. I don't even know if the vocal's that amazing. And, I don't know. It feels a little flat. So if he's got any chance, it will be with a jury score. So, he needs to really bring it.
For any chance, he has to bring something much better than he has been doing already. So let's wait and see. We know he can sing. He just probably needs to give us more. And maybe he will do more on the jury show tonight. Czech Republic. Now, you wouldn't scream jury for this, but it's a little bit like those songs where you still need to have a base of a jury score, so they need to do a good vocal performance like they have been doing in the last week.
Overall impression's good, as far as the stage show and everything goes here with this one. It is about just that strength of the vocal. It was all very adequate in the rehearsals. I'm not sure if adequate's going to grab you a big jury score, but at least it's better than faltering. So let's keep it tight, make sure you get a decent score, and I think the Televote should push it through.
Exactly. Like, you don't have to be in the top 10 to make it. You can be 15th in the jury to make it. Many have. So as long as they do something decent, it should be fine. But, will she go for too much? Will it all be good? I hope so.
There's a fair degree of backing. Will that be punished?
Because... Yeah, I mean, I really hope they get through. I think they would add so much. We need bangers. We missed it. We lost a couple last night. We need Czech Republic into and they're so lovely as well. So I hope they get through. All right, so that's probably the big ones. Obviously, there's Sweden's and all those. They're going to get through. They're going to do well with the jury, but they're the ones that stood out for us, worth talking about, needing that good jury show.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, there's a couple you're just going to chalk straight through. So I'll be interested to see how the show all comes together as well, because when you see rehearsals and little clips here and there, it can feel very disparate. So, yeah, it should be a good show.
It should be indeed. All right, well, we're off out to the Torino Sun today. We are going to catch up with the Aussie team. We'll see all this pollen and stuff flying there is screwing with my hay fever and my sinuses, as you can probably hear. So hopefully I'll be in better shape later afterwards.
All right, thanks for joining us.
All right, ciao, ciao.